bring me the result.
Yep. And how is that going?
So.
Yeah. So the scripts get way more comfortable, right? Do you have a script partner yet?
No, I just was at the scripting meeting now that we just ended.
Okay, good.
I'm going to Ignite on Tuesdays, and they seem to do scripting there too.
Okay.
But yeah, I could use a partner. I'm thinking about talking with a couple people from the office, but I just so new. I'm just starting to get to know people.
Yeah, and you can reach out in the PC help community because there's always people looking.
They were talking about it today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you'll find somebody. And then biggest thing is just to get very regular with it so that it's a weekly accountability that you have with somebody, and you want somebody that shows up like you do because you both want to get better, and you'll become great supports for each other. I promise you that. So good job. Who else has some successes they'd like to share? Personal or real estate?
So I have a potential lead. I was doing an inspection today, and he had someone coming over, an agent, to do a listing presentation. And he loved me. He trusted me. He's like, hey, I like you. And I said, by the way, are you committed to this person? And he's like, no, I'm just getting a feel for it. And I said, here's my card. I also do real estate on the side, so I'll tell you what, do the interview and then give me a call afterwards. I'll go over with what they said. If you're not sure what, they're telling you, don't sign anything yet. And I'll be more than happy to come out and just give a second opinion. And then maybe you can work with me. So how about that? And they go, yeah, that sounds great. I gave him my business card and boom. So I'm going to follow up with him actually on Friday, because he said they're coming out on Thursday.
So you know what I love about that? No fear.
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
no fear. You just saw the opportunity, took it, you made it work. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah,
yep.
Sound confident.
Don't just be careful with the way that you say, but congratulations, that's awesome. I don't want to take anything away from what you did. I just caution you to be careful about how you say you do real estate, right? You don't want to give anyone the thought that, like, if they were to choose to work with you, that they're getting like a second-rate product or something, right? So you could say, like, I also do real estate, rather than saying, I do real estate on the side or something.
I've been using that phrase that you said when I first met you, is that I'm a dual career agent. So, because anybody that I would meet in the dietetics world, like, I can still slide in, being a dual career agent and not sound like it's something less than my 40-hour-a-week job.
And it also, it seems more professional, so to speak, than saying like I'm part-time or it's my side hustle or something like that, right?
And I started marketing myself as an agent-owned cleaning company.
Love that.
Wow.
I love that.
So that way I can, and I let people know the benefits. I list out there the benefits that your agent would have working with me, because I have access to super boxes and all of that. So it's putting in their mind that I'm an agent constantly and I'm willing to work with other people. So I'm drawing that very fine line between supporting both careers that are kind of interlaced.
I love that.
And Heather, you're able to see a lot of homes if you're cleaning listed homes. So you're able to see what those homes look like in those price points in a way that not very many people get to see.
I was just going to say that. Very true.
Yeah, which is going to make you just a tremendous expert.
I need to get in on more meetings, more morning meetings. I've been missing them a lot.
Yeah, we give away all the secrets at 8:30, Heather.
And lots of money.
So can I throw in one more thing real fast? So Donnie, you also said something, are you committed to that agent? Right? And it would be very easy for them to say yes, and that would kind of, any further conversation could potentially be a little awkward, like that kind of stunts the conversation right there. So there's other ways to ask that same question that would kind of create some doubt. So you might say, well, I assume you'll be interviewing more than one agent, right?
Yeah,
And then they would say, even if they weren't considering it, you would plant that bug into their head that, oh, perhaps, should I? Well, yeah, I mean, this is one of the biggest investments that you have. You definitely want to, seek multiple opinions, right?
yeah,
You know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? So it's kind of like one of those questions like,
It's an open-ended question almost, like it's,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. Like if I'm going into the shirt shop or whatever, and the clerk comes over and says, hey, you want some help? And I say no, like what else are they going to say? Like it's kind of over at that
yeah,
point.
like, what
But
can
if
I
I
do?
walk up to the customer and I say, hey, you shopping for business or casual today? Right. That opens it up to a whole different dialogue.
You're right, yeah, that makes complete sense, absolutely. Yeah,
And
I'm messed up on that end.
no. Hey, listen, you are not messing up, man. You got to have conversations to get good at it, right? And you got the appointment basically, so you didn't botch anything. I'm
Yeah.
just making some recommendations on, language is everything, right? Tweaking it just slightly and practicing that stuff so you know exactly what to say, when to say it. And then Melissa, can you just share while we're on the topic of scripts real fast, and then I'll sign off for the night. Can you share what we were talking about today and what we're up to for tomorrow?
Yeah, so I kind of had like the grand idea of doing our own kind of like script battle thing like they do at Mega Camp. But to start, we were saying Tuesdays at 10 a.m. in the office, we would get together and do script practice every week. So it's just going to be kind of a safe space to practice. We'll just pick a different topic every week and we'll have a week to prepare for it. And whoever can make it, we'll get together and bounce ideas and practice together.
That's
Yeah, so-
fantastic.
way to step up, Melissa. And I want to give everyone permission here that if you see a gap or what you see as a gap in the program, I want to give you permission to speak up. Right? This is we just happen to be the kind of orchestrators, right? But this is a fluid program. If you guys want to see a different offering, or you want to see something presented a different way, we are wide open to that type of commentary. Okay. I think I've done hogging the call.
Bye.
Well, thank you,
And let's
Bill.
just take a moment
Appreciate
to thank Candace. Candace is she's deeply committed to y'all's success, and that's why she is has committed to run this nighttime class. So let's make sure that we show Candace our appreciation, and I want to publicly thank you for everything that you do.
Well, of course. And, I sit there and I think I'm dual career too. So you know what? That's the way it goes. So I'm just delighted to be here and help with this. And I'm so grateful that there are 6 of you on this call. That just means so much to me. And that lets me know that you're really committed to your business.
Yep. I'm proud to be in business with you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you,
Good
Bill.
night.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody have anything else they want to share before we get into the meat of tonight?
I have something to share, if I may.
Yay, of course.
Okay. I just received a phone call from a friend who referred her cousin to me. And what she said was, my cousin is coming to Georgia this weekend and she's looking to retire here. She retires next year, but she wants to go and look at some homes or things. So I said, okay, sure.
I
But
love
I don't-
that.
So what do I do? I
Yeah,
have her
yeah.
number. I didn't call her yet. I
Call
don't know.
her.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I always say is go out, create a mess, and we'll help you. You're not going to fail,
Okay.
right? You might be a little
Okay.
nervous. That's okay. I can tell you that just about every listing presentation I go on, I have to calm my nerves. I have to do a guided meditation before I go. And I've done, I don't know, 500 or 600 listing presentations. So, so I will help. We're on tomorrow. I will help you in depth. Does anybody else want to, do we want to shift the conversation a little bit to what to do when you have your first client?
You need
My-
a buyer questionnaire
Mhm.
to fill out with her.
Yep.
Okay, the buy, so I should have that, right? The buyer questionnaire?
Yep.
It's in our
In the,
PC
in the
folder.
email, yeah, in the Google Drive, there's a buyer intake form. And it's
Okay.
the Google Drive link is on the productivity week at a glance email that Bill sends out. And if you don't have it, just let me know, Tracy, and I'll make sure you get it. And we'll talk in
Okay.
depth tomorrow about steps, okay?
Okay,
I feel like with that kind of knowledge, you have a great gift because you have the ability to ask some questions that have nothing to do with real estate that will help you get such a big picture. Like, so you're planning on retiring. What does retiring look like to you? Like, what activities you're going to do? What kind of things do you want to participate in? What do you like hiking? Do you like travel clubs? Do you like parks? Do you like, what do you really enjoy? Like, what are you looking forward to in retirement? Because the more you can learn about what her vision is for her future, that'll help you find her dream spot to live.
okay, thank you.
You know
Okay,
what?
I like that. I like that idea.
Well, and
Yes.
also by
Mhm.
asking those questions, you're putting it in her head. She's thinking now. She's like, oh yeah, you know what? I would love, oh my God, I can see myself doing that. Like, yeah, that sounds great. Like, so
Like,
you're
what
already kind of
matters
like,
to you?
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah. And also just sound confident. Fake it till you make it. Be upbeat, sound confident, be like, yeah, I got this. Don't act like it's your first, second, third time. Act like you've done this 100 times before, and then you're gonna get
You're
it.
the
I
dream maker.
I
You're a
helped my
dream maker.
sister buy her house in August, and I wasn't sure where she would want to live, but I knew her well enough that I could present to the PC group and say, hey, this is my buyer, it's my sister. These are the things that I know she enjoys. What communities do you all recommend? And there are people that pointed me to the exact right communities. I didn't need to know. The PC group.
Mhm.
So find out what she wants. She loves this. This is important to her. These are the things that outside of her home matter to her. So where can I get her home close by with this kind of stuff?
Right.
'Cause my
Makes sense.
sister's in the film industry. She's artistic. She's liberal. Small town community matters a lot to her. And she ended up in Pine Lake.
Mhm.
So let's
Okay.
mastermind around this for a few minutes. I can get through the 30-day action plan. And I love the way this is going. I can get through that in 30 minutes, maybe 15 minutes if I go fast. But I want to mastermind around this because you all are being so helpful. And I just want to throw in there that, we have active adult communities in our 55 plus communities. Some of them have amenities and clubhouses like you can't believe, like Soleil, Laurel Canyon. Those might be, but like Heather was saying, you have to ask enough questions that that. There are also some counties where if you're a certain age, you get a break on the taxes for school. So for instance, it can lower your taxes from $2,500 a month to $300. I'm sorry, $2,500 a year to $300 because they take that school portion of the property taxes off. So that could be something that you could present to her as well. And the counties that come to mind are Cobb County. But it also depends on where her family is and if she's got family she wants to be close to.
Right. Okay.
Anybody else
Good.
want to give any ideas? Do you have your super key? That's the most important. You got to be able to open up the doors.
Yes, I do have my super key. I
Okay,
do.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you tested it?
Now, I have not. I will
Yeah.
test it tomorrow.
Okay.
So if I want to test it, so how do I find a home to test it on? Do I go into the FMLS?
No, if you're going to be in the office for the team meeting tomorrow, is that possible?
The 8:30 team meeting?
No, it's the big team meeting is at 11 to 12:30.
Okay, yes. Okay, yes. I can.
Okay, then just stop by my office. It's right. I was going to say, just stop by my office because I keep a lockbox in there for people to practice on.
So you said it's 11 a.m.?
Sorry, I'm losing you a little bit.
I don't know. Am I?
You're breaking up.
Gosh, I'm just in the car trying to charge. Okay, the meeting is 11 a.m. tomorrow.
11 to 12:30.
Thank you.
And
That
10
would be-
o'clock if you want to go to Melissa's scripting
Yes.
thing.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thanks, Lorinda.
I would love to go, Melissa. That is really something I wanted to do. So, but I will.
Yeah,
do that
even if
my
it's
other
just the two of us, I
position.
don't care.
I'm gonna be at my other job.
I
But,
like that idea. It
I'm
sounds
okay.
like an improv class.
yeah.
Actually, it does. Well, okay, Tracy, I think you're out of range a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on the 30-day action plan. So this is fast track. Fast track is 30 days. I mean, you could have 3 clients from this in 30 days. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is what it looks like. And this is, I just want to say, this is put together by, I've read so many books. I've read 3 Clients in 30 Days. I've read Rock Your Rookie Year. I've read Top Things New Agents Need to Do, how to get your business up and running as a new real estate agent. And so this is a compilation of all of that. So day 1 through 5 is preparation. So you're gonna get day 1. And now this is gonna maybe go a little bit differently for dual career, because this was created for somebody who's doing this full time. But day 1, write your letter and get it out to your sphere of influence. Let people know that you're in real estate. And there are plenty of samples on the internet. If I can teach you one thing, I will share with you that Google is my brain. And you can ask any question you want to ask on Google. So if you say, what are the best letters to send out as a new real estate agent to my sphere of influence, you're going to get tons of examples. And then just take them and tweak them and make them yours, right? And then just email it out, text it out, however you're going to do that. And if you need help with that, just call, of course. Day 2, you're going to organize your database. You're going to look at your emails. Just start with A, like you're composing an email. Start with A, B, C, and see what comes up. You'll have all kinds of people that you've forgotten about, and start adding them onto your database. I'll share a command import template with anybody who wants it, because it's a lot faster than importing them one by one or inputting them one by one into command. But you definitely want to get your database into command, because it gives you all kinds of abilities to stay in touch with them. So we have also look at your phone, look at social media, use a memory jogger, fill in the gaps of people with True People Search or realpeoplesearch.com. There's no charge, and they will tell you the address, they will tell you phone numbers, so you can fill in those things. You might have to call them or text them if they're your friends, and you can call them or text them, then you want to get their email addresses. So pro tip is to use the command import template, add all your contacts there and import into command one at a time. And then when you've reached your contacts for the week, you can enter them daily on the template and then just import once a week. That's a system that you can use that will speed things up. Any questions so far? You just know that this is interactive. So anytime anybody wants to chime in, make a comment, or ask a question, just either raise your hand. I think I can see just about everybody, or just interrupt me, okay? I give you permission. Day 3, you're going to complete your buyer presentation in command. Is there anybody on here who hasn't seen one that looks what that looks like?
I have it.
Okay, I'm going to go to command right now. Let's see here. Oh, wait, I have to do it through, sorry. My cookies somehow interfere with it, so I have to do it through incognito. So command is agent.kw.com. And then you would go to, all you do if you want to expand them to see what the icons mean, you go here. So I'm going to go to designs. It looks like a paintbrush and a little piece of paper. And I can put in buyer. I'm going to go to create a design. Print, you have to go to print. continue. And it takes you over to a place. Command is awesome, but it's also really slow, just so you know.
And Command, that's where we put our contacts in, correct? Because I did put some in there. Okay.
Good. And it'll, like I said, I'll be glad to share the Command import template. I've shared it before, but all you would do is go over here to buyer. They're already made. And they all have the same content. So you just pick the one you like, you go up here to use. And then just go through the pages, and everything's editable. You just click on it. Let me see if the pages are loading down here. See how the page is loaded? That's actually my workspace. So I'm going to go like right here. I can go first name. I can put in the first name, last name. Over to the right is where I add or delete pages, but I would put in the name of, let me put in Tracy Trek. So that's it. I might want to make it bigger, so then I would just make it bigger. Up here, I can make it a different font size, but everything on this is just clickable.
Got it.
So here's your instruction page for your buyer console. I don't put the questions page in mine. And right here, because I have pulled my photo in, that's 15 years old, I just click on my photo and it automatically fills.
Oh, wow.
And then I just put on my name.
Mm-hmm.
So all I would do right here is just go add photo,
Mm-hmm.
drag or drop it, click load an image. That's all you do. Okay, so that's your buyer presentation. So that's day, let me get down here. So day 4 would be complete your listing presentation. Same thing, except you just look over to the side on the left and see where it says seller. Day 5 is review your needed resources. You could do this in weeks as well. I don't hope you do it in weeks, but you could. You want to get your business cards. Those are automatically ordered for you by the office. They're first 150. You want to get your sign. James Brewer, Diane Endeavors, has great prices on signs. He keeps a lot of writers in stock. You can write, and he's right up at the North Fulton office, right off of Windward. You want to get an iBox as quickly as you can, depending on your budget, your super e-key. And I think it's really important to plan dates to have all this completed. So day 5 is review, but you want to plan on your calendar the days you're going to have those complete.
What's
So
the name of the company for the sign?
it's Diane Endeavors.
Oh, Diane
Uh-huh.
Endeavors.
And James Brewer. And I'll post his information in the dual career. And I'll post also I'll post this resource here, and I'll post his information as well. You can also go to Build a Sign or Image 360. Image 360 is on Old Milton. It's a little bit closer, a little bit more expensive. And Build a Sign as well. That's online.
And we get a $70 off our first order there.
Yeah, exactly. So you might want to get
Did
your first
that
sign.
today, but it still ended up costing me, I don't know, like $40, something like that.
Yeah. So signs are expensive. They can be expensive. I would really recommend that if you're getting started, that you do the 6-foot posts and the signs that go on the 6-foot posts. And the reason being because I don't care if you're listing a $200,000 home or $1 million home, people want to know that they don't have a dinky sign in their yard. If you got one, that's okay.
I did.
But in the future, you want to get the signs, because that'll differentiate you from other realtors. They'll drive through the neighborhood and they'll see dinky little signs and they'll be like, my realtor gave me a $500,000 sign. So that's a differentiator.
And we can pay somebody to post it, put it in the ground.
Yes,
No, you do that. That's easy. You just
it is easy.
Come on, Donnie. I don't know about that.
No, okay.
Did
So
I do that
actually,
really?
I'm gonna call you then, Donnie.
I'll do it. Yeah, you
Donnie's
get
already the
a no,
post
you
layer.
basically get a rubber mallet. You hammer it into the, well, it depends on the type you buy, but that's what I did for my listing. And he said the thing. He's like, so you got a nice sign in my yard. My neighbor, like a road down, has one of those little like thingy you kind of stamp in with your foot type deal. And I had my sign with my picture on it. I love my face to be on stuff. I'm not, I'm not good looking, but whatever. So it's easy. You just kind of like hammer it down, drill it in, stick it on top, and just kind of connect it. It's YouTube will show you everything. It made it so easy.
Oh, it's not a wood post where it's put like a fence.
It's a
thing in the
steel,
ground.
it's a steel post that goes in the ground, and then the nice post fits over the steel post.
Yep.
But I will say that if it's summer and the ground is like rock hard clay, I can't make it work. So
Soak
I
it with your
sometimes,
water hose.
pardon?
Soak the area you're gonna, hit it into with the water hose. Just stand there for a good minute. It'll soften the soil.
I never thought about doing that. Anyway, you can have somebody from a sign place. You can hire somebody if you've got the funds to do that.
Yeah.
You could also probably post it in the PC help that you need somebody to put up a sign and give them $30 and you'd be fine. As long as it's not,
And
an hour away.
what type of sign is this? Is there a specific name for it, or?
So let me see if I can find something for you here. A picture.
And if you need help, I got you, Lorinda.
Thanks, Donnie. I'm gonna go in there and see, like, because my budget is pretty tight, but it'd be worth it to do the investment for.
And you don't have to pay me. Don't worry. I'll just come and do it.
I mean, for the post, I'm not paying you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Well, no, she said like it'd take like
For the
$30.
post.
She said it'd take $30 for someone to come and do
Yeah,
it.
I'm just kidding. I would pay you if you asked me to pay you.
Nah,
But
I would
this-
take it. I would take it.
Oh, okay,
They typically look a lot like this.
okay.
Okay.
And this will
So-
slide out of this. This will slide out of this, but
Okay.
make sure that you know exactly what you're getting. See, here's the little stake that goes in the ground.
Oh, got it.
I wouldn't do it with a hammer like that. I'd do what Donnie said, the rubber mallet, because if you destroy that, you can't use it again.
So how many signs do you recommend to purchase?
I think it
Like-
depends.
Yeah.
It depends on your goals, right? At least have one
Mhm.
to begin with. I keep 5 because that's what I can handle a month without an assistant. Once I get my assistant, I'll probably go back up to 10 because that's what I can handle with an assistant. But to start off with, lead with revenue. Let's put it that way. So
Okay.
make sure you buy a sign and then get a closing and then put, 10% back into your business,
Yes.
into resources that you need. That's a way to go with that.
Okay. And as a new agent, this is the Keller Williams give us $72 towards a sign, or?
They give it to you toward this part. Toward this part.
Got it. And so I would have to buy the post. Got it. Okay. Okay.
Here's the
Cool.
Keller
That makes
Williams.
sense. Yes.
And you cannot
Okay.
use, you cannot use black on your sign unless you have sold, that's luxury. You have to
Right.
sell three homes of 600,000 or more in 12 months, and then you have to pay to be a luxury agent. And then you can use black on your side, but you can use white, red, and gray. And always make Raven approve them.
Yeah, I found that out the hard way.
Yeah.
I bought black because I love the color black. It looks cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was not the right kind of sign. So I had to
So-
rebuy a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, just if you're in doubt, check with Raven. She's pretty much our compliance for these kinds of things. So develop assets with relevant information. You want to attend FMLS training. Let me show you what that looks like.
That black is on the business cards too, right?
You know what? I've never been asked that, but I think you're probably right about that.
So
Yeah.
just thinking about making your whole marketing kit.
I
same
asked
color.
about that, and you can put it on your, like, my open house signs have black on them. The business card can have black on it. It just can't be a for sale sign.
It's advertising a house.
Right.
I just did mine today and Raven approved it and it had only the phone number was black and she said it was okay.
Interesting.
Oh, so can I just ask one question?
Of
Is-
course.
So everything that you're showing us now, is there like a book or something with all of this stuff? So it's like, go down, okay, I did this, or like what order you should do this in, or?
Well, that's kind of what this document is.
Okay.
that's kind of what this document is. We also, you'll see, Tracy, that when we meet tomorrow, that we have an 8-week launch, which gets a little bit more in detail about some of the things. Then you also have your passport book that you're given when you join the office. And that's got a lot of things in it, and they're constantly improving it. There's also a quick start guide, quick launch guide that's in the office as well, that I'll get and scan. I'll get and scan and put in this group. But so I want to go to FMLS, and right here, here's training. I can go to YouTube training. I can go to online courses, or maybe it's find a class. Yep. So these are all online. You can do them for CE credit. They're free, but anything that you see basics or servicing buyers and sellers, that's it. Don't do advanced quite yet. You don't need that yet. So
And we can just do these at our leisure.
well, they're on certain days and certain times, but they're multiple days and multiple times because they have multiple.
Oh, I see. It's with dates now. Okay, I see them. Got it.
Okay, so that would be day 5. Day 6 would be learning how to search in FMLS. You can just Google that, right? Day 6 is practice completing CMAs. That would be like a quick CMA, and there's videos in our Google Drive on how to do that. If anybody has particular questions about a home that they're getting ready to either help a buyer buy or a listing, let me know and I'll be glad to help you with your CMA. I only do quick CMAs. I have never done that lengthy cloud CMA. I don't have the attention span for it. Most of my clients don't have the attention span for it. Now, if you're going to an engineer's house and you really want to blow them away, you can do that. But there's other statistical reports that you can put in your listing that are equally impressive. But you'll get a good idea from doing a quick CMA and the range that you should be in. Because I never tell anybody a price. I always say, you know, we're partners in this. Here's a range. Here's some strategies. And the strategies go something like, if we list it for the bottom part of the range, there's some pros. Pros are that we'll probably have more offers. We might have a lot of offers over ask price. But the cons are that if somebody comes back and wants repairs, you might be under that price. Listing at the top end of your market is going to narrow your field of buyers, but you also have a little bit more wiggle room when it comes to any needed repairs. So that's how I present that. And I say, so where would you like to be in this? 9 times out of 10, they fall smack dab in the middle, which is just where I want them. So study the market. That's also FMLS. Let's go there again. This is something you can get in the habit of doing every day. I know some of you have heard me do this or say this. But you want to go right up here to Remind. And on the very home page, I can scroll down and here's the market pulse. Let me I'll put in a zip code.
You love Horseshoe Bend, don't you?
You know what? I don't even work in Roswell that much. And normally this is gonna, let me refresh it because it's supposed to have data here. Nope, I'm not getting it. Go on yours because you'll see how many homes are listed. You'll see how many new contracts there are. You'll see, I don't know why it's not pulling up. Maybe it's because it's the first. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's what it should look like. So 7 active listings, average price point is 638. I can pull this up for last 7 days. It also tells me of the absorption rate in this zip code. And some reason it's at 3009, which is Alpharetta, but it's telling me the absorption rate is 25 days. What that means is if we sold all the homes that are on the market, we'd be out of inventory in 25 days. So that's a seller's market. We need about 6 months to be a balanced market. If this said 6 months, you'd be negotiating with sellers like crazy. 3 active under contract, 0 canceled, 2 closed, 0 coming soon, 0 expired, 7 pending. I can also go back for the last 30 days and see what happened in the last 30 days. But I want to look at this every day, at least in the areas where I'm working, so I can get a general idea. If I know that I'm going on an appointment in a certain zip code, I'll take a snapshot of this so that I can pull it out at the listing, or I might even enter it into my listing presentation. Okay, any questions there? Wow. Okay, then create a marketing piece. Now your marketing piece can be for door knocking, social media. You can use the same piece different ways. And what I will tell you is you do not have to create anything. We have something that we call rip off and duplicate. It doesn't mean plagiarize, but say I want to create content about 5 mistakes sellers should avoid when selling a home in Georgia. 3 mistakes home sellers should avoid. 17 mistakes sellers should avoid. Top 6 mistakes to avoid. 5 mistakes on the market. 6 common mistakes. Rookie mistakes. 6 mistakes. 7 mistakes. All I'm going to do is review all of these, and I'm going to look at this one. Mistake number 1: listing with a bad agent. I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to create my content from borrowing from these and taking the ones that I feel are resonate with me, and I'll create my 5 reasons to 5 mistakes sellers can avoid making when listing their home. And then I can use that as a door knocking piece. I can use that as I could say maximize your profit selling in Georgia. There's probably gonna be something about FSBOs in here. Okay, so home selling tips for owners, 27 easy tips to sell your homes. Skip the risk of sell by owner. Love that. Sell your home for top dollar from small repairs to big remodels. 4 tips to maximize your home selling profit. So I'm going to just borrow the content, and I'll reword it, and I might give it a catchy thing like I just did 5 ways to create a curb appeal. And I put it, my first statement was, when someone meets your home for the first time, it's a lot like when they meet you for the first time, and first impressions are important. And then I listed my 5 things they could do. Get a welcome mat. Make sure that your blow your driveway and sidewalk. Plant some flowers. Freshen up the mulch. Paint your front door blue, because for some reason doors that are painted like charcoal or navy have offers that are about $1,500 more. Those are statistics that I didn't come up with, but they're out there. Okay, any questions so far about that? Okay, you can also learn. This is a great way to learn. I learn every single day by doing these kind of research things about creating content. You could also say, what types of home valuations are there? Then you could Google, what is appraised valuation? What's assessed? What's a comparative market assessment? A lot of people, when we say CMA, they're like, oh, okay, but they don't know what it is. It's our lingo, right? It's just like when I was a flight attendant, we used to say, we have to change the equipment, and people didn't know what that meant. Well, that meant we changed the airplane. So we had to speak in the lingo that they understood. So you could be very valuable by talking about what a comparative market assessment is. So create 1 more marketing piece so you have a backup, and review correct. That's day 10. Okay, now you've got some background, right? So you're ready to start some conversations. So day 11, send one of your marketing pieces to your database by email. I would spread it out a little bit so that you don't have 100 responses coming back all in one day. I would send, if your goal is to make 100 contacts a week, I would send 20 of your marketing pieces out. Your marketing piece could be, hey, I'm compiling a list. Some of you have heard me say this. I'm compiling a list of vendors. Who do you know that you would like to recommend who's worked on either, and give them some categories: your roof, painters, electricians, plumbers, lawn care people, landscaping, hardscaping, cleaners, for instance. Anything that you can think of, and then say in your email or your way that you reach out to them. When I compile the list, I'll be sure to share it with you. That's a way to get engagement back, because your goal is to get engagement, right? Post the content on social media, the same content, you're just using it different ways. Those of you who know me know that I like hacks. I like for one action to serve multiple purposes. And so this one serves, not only are you learning, you're creating marketing, you're also going to post it on multiple sites. so that you have multiple people looking at it. You're going to send it to your database. So it's a great way to have one action create multiple streams of engagement. Make a video of you talking through the content. I can easily say, you know what, curb appeal is so important. This is me doing a video. Curb appeal is so important. What can you do to increase the curb appeal of your home? So simple, 5 easy ways. Get a welcome mat. Blow off your driveway and your sidewalk. Make sure they're clean and clear. Or pressure wash. 3, plant some flowers. 4, freshen up your mulch. And 5, paint your front door. This is Candace Story with Keller Williams. Call me if I can be of any help or answer any real estate questions. Doesn't have to be so professional. This has to be informative and energetic. That's pretty much it. And smile. People like to see smiles. Day 14, as opposed to create some curb appeal for your home, right? I could do that too, but I don't think it would help. Day 14, follow up on any exchanges that have occurred from your email, social media. That's actually day 14, 15, 16 through 20. Day 15 is get out of the house and go meet people. So Barbara Corcoran, do all of you know who she is? She's on the Shark Tank.
Yeah.
She took a $10,000 loan and she built it into $1 billion real estate career. And she had just moved to New York with the loan. She did not know anybody. How she built her business was getting out and doing things she enjoyed doing and making friends who had similar interests. And that's how she built her business. I can tell you, I have practiced that for years. I can't tell you the times that, well, for instance, I'll give you a good example. I wanted to take tribal fusion belly dance because I love to dance and I thought that sounded like fun. You get to put on those spangly little scarves and, you know, shimmy your way around the room for an hour. And surprisingly, you develop incredible biceps and triceps from snake arms. And you also whittle your stomach and your hips. And I met somebody in class who just moved to Atlanta and she and her husband needed to buy a home. So I helped them buy their home. And then she became a Keller Williams agent because she thought I loved what I did so much. So anyway, but do what you love to do and you'll meet people. You'll have people that they already like you and trust you, right? So here's some of the ways. Networking. Do you all know about meetup.com? Okay, yeah. So let me go to meetup.com.
I'm not a good belly dancer, so I guess it's kind of out for me.
But have you really tried?
Don't worry, Donnie. You'll
Try
find
harder, Donnie.
You got to try harder.
Look, I've tried with my wife and she just says stop, so I don't know.
Okay, so there's so many meetups. So what do you want to do? So tell me something you like to do on your day off, Donnie.
I like to go hiking.
Okay.
We like to.
And where are you located?
So we're in Woodstock. So Kennesaw Mountain and.
Oh, look, hiking at Old Mill Park. That's a women's thing.
Yeah.
Here's Outdoor Club South. That's Huntsville, Alabama. Here's Duluth, Georgia. Here's so anyway, you just scroll through here and go meet people, right? Doing things you like to do.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Well, I mean, I work out too at the gym and stuff, and I talk to everybody there. And
yeah, and I can tell you that Samantha, I can't think of Samantha's name. She was Rookie of the Year last year, and she's a trainer at I think Lifetime Fitness, and a lot of her database comes from the people she trains.
Yeah.
Or referrals from them. So absolutely, and use your dual career status as well when you're talking to people. So, for instance, if you work in healthcare, you maybe can be boned up on the loans that are for healthcare or teachers, those kinds of things. Or if you're a veteran, you can bone up on veterans loans. So use what you already know, and it's just an amazing source for you, is what I'm trying to say as I stutter.
I am very inspired by Kathy Ray. Often, she's an amazing person.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've all had the opportunity to meet her yet.
She's one of our mentors.
I always love her stories about meeting people and creating opportunities at Home Depot. She'll go in, there'll be people working in the aisles and doing stuff. She can just walk up and down the rows of Home Depot. And that's a store where, you know, people are always looking for something.
Yep.
And if she knows where it is, it's like, oh, that's over here. Have you tried this one? And you start a little bit of conversation and then work your way in. And well, what do you do? And, you know, and you start building this little short relationship, and then you can hand the card off kind of at the end. And so she creates these opportunities at Home Depot.
You know, I have to tell you, I love that, Heather, and thank you for bringing that up. I was actually getting samples for, I've got a listing that's not live yet, and he's been renovating, and because he needed to. I mean, his bathtub was sinking and things like that, and it's a historic neighborhood. And so I was getting him some samples for finishes for the bathroom, and I asked one of the people that worked at Floor and Decor, and I said, could you help me? Because I don't actually know, this is my budget. And so could you point me in the range, you know, where I can find these kinds of things? And so we got to talking. Turns out, you know, he's doesn't have to work. He's actually a multimillionaire. And, you know, if his story's true, and he just said, my mom always said, don't be lazy, always go work. So I love doing this. So I work. And then we got to talking. He's like, yeah, I might be thinking about selling my house in the next year. So guess who got added to my database and who I stay in contact with now? And he knows another Keller Williams agent, so I don't know if it'll come to fruition, but I'm sure I'm building that relationship all I can.
Right.
So, okay, then the next days 16 through 20, we have something called DTD2, which is a system that someone in Keller Williams devised to make sure that we contact at least everyone in our database each quarter. And what DTD2, I've forgotten what it stands for, but basically, and Bill puts it out in the email each week, what letters we're on, but you just be consistent. You can either use the first letter of your database's names, or you can use the first letter of their last names, their first name or their last name. But anyway, so I'm going to call everybody with A, and I'm going to call everybody with W, because it's always something like that. And then I'm going to text everybody with D, with the name that starts with D, and that's our DTD2. So for the next 5 days, you're going to contact 30% of your database, make the call about them. I had a call with somebody today. It was somebody I haven't talked to probably in 6 months. My bad, because I'm supposed to talk to her every quarter. But you know, she just said, oh, you know, we were just chatting, and she was telling me about her grandson's birthday party and her son's birthday. And so I asked what days those were on, because that's more data that I can use, right, to build a relationship with her. And then, you know, she asked me about my business. I was like, everything's going great. You know, I really love coaching, and, you know, and regular real estate's going great too. And, you know, and I'm so glad to catch up with you. And she goes, well, you know, remember when I wanted to do that Airbnb thing? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, so I want to do that again, because my grandson lives in Roswell and I live in Griffin. And so I was thinking that if I could buy something close to like downtown Roswell or Avalon or someplace like that, then I could use it for 2 weeks of the year and then rent it out the rest of the time. I had no idea the conversation was going to go like that. So I'm sending her Kathy Vitale's information. She's going to get pre-approved. She's got her home and 2 other rental homes, 2 of which are paid off. So she can pull equity out of those. So I don't know what her budget looks like, but that's a care call that I really just called to say hi and see what was going on with her. And it turned into that. So that's the reason you want to contact your database. She might not have thought about me if I hadn't reached out to her.
Nice.
And they don't always go that way. Sometimes it's just, oh, it's so nice to chat with you. But you know what? You stay top of mind and they know you care about them other than their business. Okay, so DTD2, you're following up to make sure you also can follow up on your DTD2s. You can say, hey, I just wanted to make sure you received information I sent you about the 5 things of curb appeal. What did you think about it? Because I'm just starting to create content. You know, what did you think about that? Or do you have any ideas that you'd like to have information about? Ask questions. The more questions you ask, the better off you are. The purpose is to remind you, this is your purpose for making your calls. Remind people in your database that you sell real estate, provide value, create a sense of you showing up everywhere all the time, and give people tools to refer us with. Again, this is what you created in the previous step. Okay, and then days 21 through 30, you repeat days 11 through 20. You're just using a high value, high touch method of communication, messenger, voicemail, calling, WhatsApp, text. Everybody who knows me, and I will, for those of you who are new, I'll be repeating the 5-day video text challenge soon, probably at the first of the year. And because people were wired to see people's faces, like for instance, that Lois girl on the Progressive insurance commercial, she's like a family member, right? Because we see her so often. So when you video text people,
It's flow, right?
flow, thank you. You get more responses. You get more responses when you video text people. So that's a real powerful way. And you don't have to be fancy about it. You just pick up your phone, put it on text, put it on the camera, put it on video and go, hey, Lorinda, how you doing? I was thinking about you today. I'd love to catch up and see what's going on with you. Give me a call. Yeah. And they'll be like, oh, hi. I love that video text. Sometimes they video text you back. The biggest thing is you don't want to breathe commission breath, right? You want to be genuine and you know, just love on people is what I always say. It makes a big impression when someone receives a personalized message. And you also gives you the opportunity to ask questions again and helps you stay top of mind for real estate, build relationships, differentiates you from other agents. Most don't call with care. Most agents don't call. I heard something once that said, what's it like to be in your tribe? And I could tell you that at times being in my tribe was to be very neglected. It was, you know, I did a transaction with you and then I didn't think about you again. But I learned very quickly that I was losing lots of opportunities. And so being in my tribe now feels like you get surprise gifts, you get handwritten letters, you get phone calls, you get sent things of value. I'm always there if people know that I just had one of my clients text me and he goes, hey, we got to go to lunch so I can see your photos from St. Thomas. That's the kind of relationships you want to have. And this is a seller that's done probably 6 transactions with me. So that's the kind of relationships you want to build. And you can only do that when you love on people and you really care about them. And it takes a little bit of time, but sometimes you're going to meet somebody who is ready right then and there. Like Tracy, she got a referral her first week of real estate, Tracy, or second. So anyway, here's some more tips. You want to set your production goals in your plan. We work on that in our one-on-ones. Schedule time in your calendar to review your business plan regularly. Gene Rivers, Bill just sent out in his email the recordings from Gene Rivers' 2-day business planning clinic. Unbelievably. I mean, it's high level, but there was a lot of nuggets in there. And if you need help creating a business plan, that's what we call the MREA economic model in most cases. And Bill's done that with most of you. If he hasn't, and you're in my group, just let me know and we'll get yours done. And your GPS, and the GPS for, if you're not Kellerized yet, an acronymized GPS stands for 1 goal for the year, 3 priorities to achieve that goal, and 5 strategies to support those 3 priorities. So for instance, if your goal is to sell 12 homes, then you maybe have 3 priorities. 1 is doing open houses, 2 is door knocking, 3 is well, I'm going to go with the first 2. 3 would be like developing your sphere or working on your database. And your strategies would be like for your open house. What are you going to do to get ready for your open house? How are you going to advertise it? What strategies do you have around that? How are you going to handle the day of open house? Have you practiced your script so you know how to talk to people when they come into the open house? I know if you're brand new on this, it sounds like a lot, but we work through these and we've got videos and script practice for these. And your strategy could be a follow-up strategy. How are you going to work with the leads that you got from the open house? So anyway, that's what the GPS is. You want to update your LinkedIn account. Make sure that when people look at you on LinkedIn, they see that you're a realtor. Make sure your bio is, and you can, I'm going to say my secret again, Google is my brain. You can Google best real estate bios. I actually did a morning huddle on it. So it'll be in the YouTube, our private PC YouTube channel on how to build your bio. I'll just give you some tips right quick. Do it 3rd person, but have some personalized quotes. So I might say, Candace Story embraces technology in real estate. And then I put a quote. When the real estate market changes, so do I, quote, because that makes it personal, but it also is professional. And that's what the powers that be say is the best combination. Friend contacts and clients on social media. Connect to your contacts and clients on Facebook, LinkedIn, and any other social media you use frequently. Make sure you show up on their pages, because you only see, like on Facebook, you only see the top 300. Oh, I gotta hurry up and finish because we're an hour. But you only see the first 300 posts that Facebook thinks you like, so you might miss some of your friends' posts. So make sure you visit their pages from time to time, and don't just like, engage. Give a comment like, "Oh, I love that," or "Oh, that looks so fun," or whatever it is, or that's amazing you did that. And on LinkedIn, you can endorse the people you know. Develop your active listening skills. Make sure you listen and really read into what they want. And if you don't understand, don't assume. Ask more questions. Just what Heather was saying about, what does retirement seem to you? It might be different for me. It might be sitting on a beach reading. For her, it might be, ooh, I want to take cooking classes, and I want to dance, and I want to do this and that, and I want to have a part-time job. It might be whatever. So ask those questions. Google yourself. Your ability to collect, repeat, and referrals is very dependent on the trust instilled by a person's search of you online. Boost your online reputation. What people see will either build confidence and trust, thereby securing the repeat or referral business. Send requests for online reviews for your Google and Yelp accounts. I don't have a Yelp account yet, but I do have a Google business page. And you can Google how to set up my Google business page, and it'll walk you through it. It's really, really easy. And then you can actually send somebody a link that gives them a little box where they can leave a review, and the 5 stars are right there. And you're going to train people to give you 5 stars, and I'll share with you how to do that. Schedule 5 meetings with other professionals. Identify 5 people whom you'd like to build professional relationships with. CPA, lender, inspector, maybe a financial planner, maybe an appraiser, or a stager, or a home designer, or a builder. So schedule meetings with those people. You can also video interview them and put them on your YouTube channel. It's free to have a YouTube channel, and you can post them on your videos on your social media. And there's information on how to do that as well on the YouTube channel, and I can get into that if anybody's specifically interested. Find one meetup or networking event. We already looked over that. And interact with people. I wouldn't go to all the investors ones unless you're really going to invest, because you're going to find a lot of realtors there. So, find some other opportunities and do the things you love to do. So you spend your time, when you're not doing your other career, actually having some fun doing real estate, because it doesn't have to be horrible. It can be fun. And that's the big message I want to get to everybody. There's some repetitive things we have to do. A lot of that, when you get busier, you can outsource. So right now, build your database by having fun. Keep in touch consistently. Once people are in your database, send them monthly marketing material you send out to provide value. Build on the relationship. Ask those questions like, what's your dog's birthday? What breed is your dog? And then, you might Google next time you talk to them, before you get on the phone with them, you look at their Facebook page, and then maybe you look up the breed of dog, or maybe some events that are around dogs, because people with dogs love their dogs, right? We love our dogs. Like, sometimes I like them. Well, no, I won't say that.
More than people? Is that what you're
I was
going
going
to
to say that. But yeah, so, and then show open houses. Show homes and do open houses. You can put a PC request in to shadow any realtor in our group for sure. You can also find opportunities outside of our group to shadow people. I'm sure Kathy Ray would allow you to shadow her on a listing appointment. And don't tell her I said that she said you could shadow. Don't tell her I said that she would let you shadow on an open house. Say to her that I said you could check with her to shadow her on an open house, or to shadow her on a listing appointment. Susan, go ahead.
One thing, I don't know if you have time for this, one thing I found really helpful, like a nugget that's just stuck in my head from the open houses, was that if you're going to go help with an open house at someone's listing, do some research ahead of time for other listings that are comparable in the area. And then you have pocket listings to be able to discuss with other people, because you can say, I'm not the listing agent here. I'm not here representing this house. I'm here to help buyers. And if does this house look like something you'd want, or you're looking for something a little different? And then if you're able to directly say, oh, well, there's a house like a mile away that sounds like that might fit you better. Do you want me to take you there after this open house?
Yeah, I like that. I probably, because so I want to say one thing about that. I like that a lot. I think whenever you do an open house with somebody, you are representing the seller through them. You don't have a client relationship, but you are there. So what I would say is, if this house isn't, I just wouldn't say that sentence. Everything else you said, yes. I would say if this house isn't a great fit for you, there's some others around here that I've pulled that might be. So, love to have an opportunity to show those with you. Make sure you have the Forewarned app. We pay $12 a month for it at our office, because you don't want to go show. I've even heard of couples that, are not great when you get alone in a house with them. So make sure you've Googled them on Forewarned. Also, I would make sure that if you're going to do that, like if your open house is over at 4 and they're waiting around for you to show them houses right after that, make sure you say, hey, I got to send a copy of your driver's license to my broker, and then just send it to the office. You can send it to CandaceStory@kw.com or Bill Linkwald. You can send it to one of the mentors, and just let them know the addresses where you're going to be showing. Let somebody know what the addresses you're going to be showing. I don't mean to scare you, because it's very, very rare, but you just want to be safe and smart.
Thank you.
Yeah. So good things. Any questions or comments? Thank you, Heather. I love your participation. I want to end it on a positive, like crazy. I'll tell you, Susan Corley, we just did a morning huddle with her. Go to the YouTube drive. You are going to love it. It's, Heather, what you were talking about, Kathy Ray. Susan Corley just does things for her clients. She just does things for her database. And she's getting ready to do a pie giveaway. She bakes, I don't know how many pies, and gives them away. I do Christmas cookies, because you can do little things and they make a lot more.
I've seen her pies. I want one.
Yeah. She's just gifted she's gifted at surprise and delight with her clients. And so she gets a lot of referrals. I don't always do wine for a closing unless I know somebody likes wine. But if I know they have a dog, I'll get a little mini airplane bottle, and I'll empty it out and I'll wash it real good, and I'll fill it with chicken broth, and then I'll tie it onto the wine bottle and say, this is for Fluffy as well. People are like, oh my gosh, that's so wonderful. So there's so many creative ideas out there, and you can Google creative closing gifts. Also, for those of you who haven't met Jonavan, Jonavan is a vendor partner of ours, and he's got a great budget. If you allow him to quote your client their insurance, your buyer clients their insurance for their home, it doesn't matter whether he gets it, he'll give you up to a $75 closing gift branded to you without his information on it. So for anybody on a budget, it's a good thing. He was on one of our morning huddles as well as a vendor partner, explaining what his programs are and so on, and some of the things he could do. He'll help sponsor an open house for you if you need a giveaway, so that you can have a reason for people to give you their names and contact information. He'll sponsor food or balloons, whatever you need sponsored, with a budget, of course. He's got a budget. He's a great resource for us.
What was his name?
His name is Jonavan Stevens. And he's on, I think probably maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, for the morning huddle.
Thank you.
And if you want to reach out to him, just, of course, I'll post his information. I'm going to do all this tomorrow. But I'm going to make myself a note to post this particular document that I just went over with you all. 30-day action plan. James Brewer and Jonavan. I'll post their information in the dual career. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. You made me so happy, because I feel so bad that I say it's got to be 5, but I'm like, there has to be some commitment. And I so appreciate those of you who are committed to your business and showed up tonight. And if there's another night, I'm so flexible. I could do this any night of the week. So if Monday night is not the best night for you, just post in dual career some other times and that work for you. And I'll accommodate that. I probably won't work on Saturday or Sunday though, because I'm working 5 days a week too. And I do real estate on Saturday, so I really only have 1 day a week, but I'm always there to help you. If you've got like Tracy, if you've got a client that you're gonna go show homes to on a Sunday and you need my help Saturday, you just call, okay? That's like a joy for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you,
I'm glad I finally got to come again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Okay.
I'm
Go
glad we
create a
got-
big mess. Go create a
I
big
learned a
mess, get a
lot.
lot of clients, have a lot of closings, and we'll help you through it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Have a good night.
Good night.
Night.
Mm.